It's literally been 2 years since Breath of the Wild 2 was announced. E3 2019 showed us that we would have a new Breath of the Wild. E3 2020 was canceled, and then E3 2021 showed us a new trailer with a little snippet that we would get Breath of the Wild 2 in 2022. What's up, guys, and welcome to the channel. My name is Dusty, and I'm one half of Outradiant Gaming, and today we're going to talk about why was Breath of the Wild 2 not at this February Nintendo Direct? Why? Why was it not there? Please tell us. So many leaks, so many rumors, so many speculations, so much hope for this game. And we don't even have a title for the game yet, much less a release date. It's going to the point that fans are even asking, is Breath of the Wild 2 canceled? Give that a Google. It's a thing. Like, people are really wondering that. Breath of the Wild 1 launched in March of 2017. That's right, 2017. That feels like forever ago, but you still remember playing the game, right? I think everybody remembers their first experience playing Breath of the Wild. So with that March release of 2017, a lot of fans were speculating or hoping that there would be a March 2022 release, especially after seeing the 2022 and the E3 of 2021. I know it's a lot of numbers trailer, and it's February. There hasn't been any news of a March release that we know of, or any news at all for Breath of the Wild since the trailer and E3 of 2021. And for those of you wanting a March 2022 release, and I guess myself too, because I want it as soon as possible, that's pretty much impossible at this point. It's February. And this is a distraught, let down Dusty talking right now. I wanted news for this game. I wanted Breath of the Wild 2 to be at the February Nintendo Direct. A lot of fans expected it to be there. It's not even a hope at this point. It's like, we just expect it. It's been so long. We did want news for this game. Literally just a few hours before this Nintendo Direct happened, comicbook.com actually made a blog post that stated that a prominent Nintendo insider actually said that a delay was unlikely at this point. And basically that Breath of the Wild 2 would be at this Nintendo Direct. And not only would it have a new trailer, but it would actually have a release date. Neither of those things happened. So like you, I'm sitting here scratching my head being like, what is going on? Where is this game? Like, why haven't we heard anything about this game? What's going on with it? Is it delayed? Like, we need to know something. I want to see a new trailer. I need a release date. 2022 is so vast. I need to know when it's going to happen. And I guess I want to know so bad because it's not like this is just some small, mediocre game. This is Breath of the Wild we are talking about. We're talking about a game that literally changed gaming forever. That's not even an understatement. Look at every game in the world that has attributed Breath of the Wild to their inspiration. Literally, there are games that are so inspired by Breath of the Wild, fans are actually saying that they copied Breath of the Wild. Now, I, for one, am one that would err on the side of being excited that Breath of the Wild is such an inspiration to these other games, because if we had more games that had as much pride as Breath of the Wild 1 had, we would have a lot better games. You take a game that not only old Legend of Zelda fans played and loved, but new age gamers like myself played and loved. Breath of the Wild actually, for me, opened so many doors to other games that I love to this day. And I guess maybe that's why I, along with everyone else, am just sitting here like, why? Like, just distraught even to a point. And we can discuss leaks, and we can discuss inside information, and we can discuss rumors all day long, but nothing changes the fact that we have seen nothing since E3 of 2021. I actually had someone make a comment to me the other day that they are not even excited for Breath of the Wild 2 anymore because it is taking so long. That's not something little, and I'm sure they are not the only person that feels that way. It's been 2 years, and I know making games is difficult, but it has been that long, and fans are starting to get burnt out on waiting and waiting and waiting. So what could be going on with Breath of the Wild 2? Number one is that there obviously is a chance that there could be a delay. As bad as you want to hear that, and I don't want to say it, but it's totally possible. It seems at this point in gaming that delays are pretty much inevitable. Almost every game that gets released gets a delay. It's kind of just like one and the same at this point. It's actually like a lot of these games don't even give you a release date, like Breath of the Wild 2, until it's really close to the release date because they can't meet the deadlines. And Breath of the Wild 2 doesn't even have an official title yet. So saying that there is a delay isn't really that far-fetched. Number two is that it's canceled. Now, I don't think this is likely. Remember before I said there's a lot of fans asking this? That's why I had to throw it in here. Is there a chance it could be canceled? Yeah. Is it a small chance? I believe so. There's way too much money at stake. There's way too many fans excited for this game for it to be canceled. And I don't think that they would put this much work into a game and just cancel it and not really say anything about it. Is it delayed? Maybe. Yeah, possibly. Canceled completely? I don't think so. And number three is that they're planning something special for Breath of the Wild 2. And this is a more optimistic view, and this is the view that I plan on taking. Nintendo is known, especially recently, for just springing stuff on us. I mean, this Nintendo Direct that just happened was announced the day before it happened. It wasn't like, hey, in 2 weeks we're having a Nintendo Direct. It was, hey, tomorrow, you guys get ready. We're having a Nintendo Direct. My friend Mark actually made the statement the other day that Nintendo is the most predictable and unpredictable company all at the same time. Could they do this because speculators like myself actually get stuff hyped up? And could it be that they only spring it a day before because they want to keep stuff toned down and keep fans from getting so hyped that they get disappointed? I mean, these directs usually are always announced a day before. Possibly, yes. And although that may be the case, I guess what swirls around in my brain probably as much as it does yours is, why is this game taking so long? Why Breath of the Wild 2 of all games? Why did they announce it in 2019 if it wasn't really that close to being ready? It literally has the same engine as Breath of the Wild 1, and a lot of the map from Breath of the Wild 2 looks identical. Other than the Skyward Sword style landmasses in the sky and the new abilities we have for Link, there's not really much difference, and that we've seen anyway so far. It pretty much uses the same everything as Breath of the Wild 1. So what's the deal? And I guess we'll find that out upon release date. Here's the holding on to hope that there is some special Breath of the Wild 2 announcement, and that's the side I'm going to err on. I'm going to stay on the optimistic side of, hey, they didn't release Breath of the Wild 2 at the Nintendo Direct because they didn't want it to get overshadowed by all the other games. And maybe they wanted to create more hype in the gaming industry, as honestly for the past around 2 years, we've kind of not really had that hype. We've been kind of let down. Really, the closest thing to hype for a video game I've seen in the past recent years is Pokemon Legends Arceus. And here's the holding on hope that that actually happens, and here's the holding on hope that we will hear something about it soon. And I really think we do. I think that they know the stake of this game, and I think they know how big this game is for fans and how much we want this game, and I think they do take pride in this game. That was evident in Breath of the Wild 1 when this game just blew minds of every fan that ever played it. And as hard as it is to accept this news, let's just be optimistic. And I know it's hard, and I know that even me sitting here talking to you, I'm really distraught that I didn't hear anything about Breath of the Wild 2 at this Nintendo Direct, and I know that you are too, and that's why you're watching this video. But let's hold on to hope, and let's hope that this is going to be an awesome game. And like I've said a quadrillion times, and you guys can quote me on this forever, as long as the game is finished upon release, I will wait as long as I need to, even though it stinks sometimes. But that's all I have, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys have any news at all about why you think Breath of the Wild 2 wasn't at the Nintendo Direct, or any ideas that you could come up with, please drop it in the comment section below. I would love to read those. Also, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Turn the bells on so you don't miss a video. It helps us out a ton. Thank you guys so much. My wife and I also stream over on Twitch if you'd be willing to check that out. The link will be in the description below. We would love to have you guys over there and chat with you guys and just have a good time with you all. Everyone have an awesome day. God bless. This is one half of Our Radiant Gaming signing off.